Oh, Hank's going to help reply on some comments for us. Yay, Hank.
Thanks, Hank.
All right, we ready for
How are you?
Instagram to go? Checking connection.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Nope, my countdown's off. Hate when that happens.
All right. Checking connection. Instagram's really slow today.
Apparently.
But we have, as you put it, what, the Book of Faces ready to go?
The Book of Faces is up and running.
Instagram is thinking about it. It's still spinning. It's going to be very dizzy by the time this is done.
Just keep spinning. Just keep spinning. Just spinning, spinning, spinning.
Right.
What do? You spin.
So while we wait for Instagram, if anybody on Facebook has questions about any of the items, we have time that we can go run and grab it if we don't already have it on the table to talk about.
I got some kooky crap here.
So leave us a comment. What did it say?
I don't know, but we're up. We
All
got
right.
Instagram.
Instagram. All right, we got Instagram and Facebook ready to go. All right, so tonight's theme is
What the F do you do with that?
right. So I'm sure many of you have thought that while walking around in the store.
I
Hi, Michelle.
I have several times.
Right, and you make some of the stuff.
And I make some of this stuff. And every time I come here, I find something I'm like, what?
Like, what in the world do I do with this?
I know. What's this for?
And maybe you're a little too embarrassed to ask because you don't want to seem,
Or there's other people around. Or
and they might think you're crazy.
Melissa's intimidating.
I hear that a lot sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
I mostly
fig.
heard that from men.
Right. Okay, so
Okay.
which one should we start with?
Let's
Not
start
my phone.
with not your phone. Let's start with these. This is just awesome.
The turkey feet.
The turkey feet.
So the fun thing with turkey feet, turkeys are very fierce birds. I don't know if you've ever been chased by one.
Yeah.
So the thought being, and the belief, you hang the feet like in your car, above your door, somewhere for to give protection.
Happy
So
little arms.
right, and you can have them in the different colors given the added benefit that you would want. So red's very fierce. Purple can go in with if you're wanting some protection in your psychic work. So, to put that above a doorway or where maybe you sit and meditate, if you feel like you needed some extra protection while, doing your thing, the turkey foot is a good protection symbol. Let me see, my eyes are like dry and allergy today, so
I'm sorry.
yeah, I can't quite see what's being typed.
This one's gonna scratch your eyes out.
It might feel good actually.
Don't touch your face.
Not even with turkey feet. Yeah, don't touch your face with a turkey foot, then go touch something else.
So the turkey's feet are $22.08.
22.
That's
Fat
an
fingers.
odd
Typing too
number.
fast.
$22 per turkey foot to,
Right? We've got a few of them in a few
defend
different
yourself
colors.
with. If you carry this on your keychain, I guarantee you no one's gonna mess with you ever.
Scratch their face out.
So those are the turkey feet.
Yes.
What else?
So these fun things. I know some of you have seen them in
Yeah.
the store.
What's that?
It's a extended like sage stick. So
Uh-huh.
you know that like annoying corner behind the couch you can't get to
Uh-huh.
or underneath.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You don't just blow it?
You can, but let's face it, some of us may not have the breath capacity to really. Like this is really handy when
Aren't
I'm
you
trying to get
kinda-
behind my display cabinets. Because those are
Oh.
huge cabinets.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you got a china cabinet, you got a really big bed that's up against the wall.
And what's that sage sitting on?
You mean inside?
Yeah,
Nice pokey thing.
a pokey thing.
So if spirit is really giving you shit,
and if it's
just
made of
poke 'em.
metal, so it won't catch on fire.
Yeah, it's not going to catch on fire. Fits really snug, as you see, doesn't fall off. And actually, Greg, one of our readers, he and his wife make these, so they are handmade and good intention. Each one's always different. Like,
Pretty cool.
yeah, this guy's 25. And it comes with the sage stick, but this helps. Oh, come back. this helps to, you know what? I don't know if that's really going. There we go. I think so.
You think?
Maybe.
Can somebody on Instagram send us a message?
Right.
Do you want me to look at it?
I don't know if it's going. It might be. Yes. Pull up Instagram for me. Hi, Mary, Sandra. Yay.
I can't see anybody's names from here, so just hi everybody.
Right.
Um,
So yeah, the sage stick, you know, and each one's always different because I never know what Greg and Jan are going to come up with. But this is a good fun thing to have. Extend your reach, especially if you have mobility issues too.
oh yeah, that'd be great.
You know.
Not sure that you were loving.
Ah.
Hold on. We're having technical difficulties. Everyone hold.
Back to the Book of Faces. Hi, Facebook. We're having issues with Instagram.
I don't want this anymore. I want out of that. There we go. And
Doo-doo-doo. We're just gonna close out of Instagram altogether.
and start over. There we go.
We're gonna try this again.
All right. One
But
more
the fun
time.
things, Facebook will let us ramble forever.
We love Facebook.
Oh, we're having
42
trouble.
followers. We're having trouble. What are we having trouble with? The internet?
I wonder.
That's what it said.
No, I just said we're having trouble connecting.
But it says we have 42 followers active now.
That's for the story. It's gonna try and take a picture to the story.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You want to use my Wi-Fi? Don't you love watching us figure stuff out?
Live troubleshooting brought to you by the crazy people at Goddess Elite.
So in the meantime,
Oh yay! So it is going on YouTube because Lisa found this on YouTube and she jumped over.
yay.
It's nice to know which ones are working, and apparently tonight it's Instagram. Ah,
Now
we're
we're
now
live.
live.
Yay! Hi Instagram. Again, I think. Maybe. We missed you.
Yes, yes.
So,
Do we want to do the stick again? Sorry.
do the stick real quick.
Facebook. We're going to do this one more time. So this is, yes, because we did the turkey feet already.
Turkey
they're,
feet.
They're good for protection. You hang them above doorways. You can put them in from the rearview mirror of your car.
Or a
the-
really big keychain.
Right, because the turkey's a very fierce bird and very protective. Actually, which one of the presidents wanted the turkey to be the national
Washington.
bird? Washington,
Yep.
because of how, fierce of a bird it is.
It is. They're
So,
pretty bad.
that's
I
why-
wouldn't mess with a turkey.
And then we were doing the sage stick. So you do get your sage stick, but you get this extended piece here. So if you have,
It's got these
a really big cabinet you're trying to get under or around, it extends your reach for you. So, and the holder that the stick is actually on is metal, so you don't have to worry about it catching fire, causing you issue. So, that's what this is. I know some of you have seen it laying on the table and kind of picked it up, looked at it, and then put it down and didn't really come ask. That's what that is. And again, it's made by a local person.
Sweet.
So each one's always different and unique. Hi, Carol. Carol.
Hi, Carol.
And again, guys, in the comments, go ahead and feel free to put something down. If you've seen it in the store or have always wondered, we'll run and go grab it if we don't already have it here, and we'll talk about it, how to use it, and the purpose.
And if you want one of those, you make a comment, send us your email address. We will send you an invoice, and we will either deliver it or mail it to you. Store pickup is no longer available. Thank you.
Yes, and as Mary, she asked, have we informed the governor that Goddess Elite is, in all caps, essential business, and we've tried. We really, really
We
tried.
have to rebrand the store as Holistic Healing, and then they might let us stay open.
Yeah, but right now we're just waiting until the 1st. So what's next?
What's next?
We have a table full of
We have
stuff.
this lovely St. Joseph kit. This is for selling your house. I know everybody's heard of this,
And
and
as
no
a
one knows
realtor-
how to use it.
Did you go
So-
through a lot of these as a realtor?
I did go through a lot of these as a realtor, and everybody put them in wrong. And were paused due to poor connection.
Man, Instagram. Reconnecting.
So Facebook, we're gonna stall for a second here. So this is St. Joseph, obviously, because it's his kit. It'd be weird if you got somebody else in the box. And what you do with a St. Joseph is you bury him in the ground, feet up, facing the street. Got it? Feet up, facing the street. And you want him kind of in there, because you want him to try and get his way out. I don't know how that works, but somehow, some people swear by this, that, if you do the St. Joseph,
Mm-hmm.
your house will sell in no time. So, unless it's her house. But feet down, facing the street, not facing your house.
And it does come with little instructions to help
Yes.
remind, and the prayer, because you're supposed to do the prayer.
Okay.
I guess it says on there, like at least once a day. And I know some traditions will say too that when your house does sell, you're supposed to dig him up and bring him to the new home.
Yeah, because he wants to go with you.
Yeah, and you put him in like a little thank you place, and you can rub his belly, pat him on the head, tell him thank you for helping sell your house.
He's a sweet guy.
He is.
He is. So we're still not streaming on Facebook. You want to switch over on your phone. Instagram's still giving us problems. Sorry, everybody.
Do.
Do, 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 do. All right, we're gonna go to a candle that no one,
Yes.
and I mean no one, has ever bought one of. And I'm only guessing it's because you don't know what it's for.
That's right.
And it is this one.
And we have them in a couple different colors too.
We
so.
have them in white, red, and black. And in reality, I mean, there are practicing Christians. You could be practicing Christian. You could be a Wiccan Christian, I suppose. There's got to be some variation of that.
They're
But this is kind of an all-purpose candle. There's really not a specific use for it. People call it the most useful form in candles because you can use it for just about anything. Any right religion spell. I have them, again, in white, which would be probably the most all-purpose, or if you're cleansing, if you're fearing something evil or you want to keep evil away from you or your house, I would go with the black. And then the red would be more for matters of the heart, I suppose. So these are $10, and there are several of them. And again, they're just a good multi-purpose candle. You're not sure what to get, grab one of those, you're good to go.
can be dressed with oil.
Yes.
Herbs.
Dress it with oil, dress it with herbs.
You can inscribe on them.
You can write on them. Well, carve into them, I guess. You can, put them next to your St. Anthony and help find something you've lost. Not that I'm speaking from experience.
I heard he was on strike from trying to help people find all the shit they lost.
He might be. I don't know. He still helps me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for a passport.
Did you ask him?
Yeah.
You want me to bring you the statue?
I heard snickering as a reply.
All right. And this is the most evil looking candle in the store.
We miss you guys too, Jessa.
Yeah, it's
Katrina.
super boring, let me tell you.
Oh, Katrina with like a St. Joseph kit.
All right.
Yay. Could I see the moon phase art when you get a chance? The one that's right behind us? Yeah, we'll pull them down and show you.
We have our lovely assistant T today here with us. Say hi, T.
Hi.
She sounds excited about being here.
We're making her work.
We're making her work. So back to the skull candles. We have little skull candles, and I have them in every color. And they are not evil. They are for doing work on thoughts, dreams,
Mental anxiety.
anxiety,
depression.
depression, happiness, just whatever's going on in your head, and you want it out or you want to bring it in. You would get the color coordinating to the thing you are trying to do. And if you have a question about a color, let us know. We'll let you know. Typically blue is healing, black is banishing. I think we're finally back. Hi, Instagram's back.
Yay, we're having connection problems on Instagram.
We're
Hi
doing
guys.
skulls on Instagram. So Instagram, you might want to go to Facebook just in case we lose it again. Skull candles are for working on things happening in your head, anxieties, fears, nightmares. Maybe you just want to have good dreams, or you want to do a guided dream. What do they call that? There's a term for that.
You mean like astral travel, things like that?
Astral travel, or no, the other one where you actually control your dream as you're going through it.
Lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming. You could do lucid dreaming with these. Again, you can oil them and herb them however you'd like. They do burn really cool. They burn down behind the eyes so you can see the flames through the eyes, which is really cool looking. And these are actually one of my favorites. So that is what you do with skull candles.
Yes, we have them in quite a few colors.
We have them in every color.
Mm-hmm.
Every color.
They look scary, but they're not.
They're not. They're actually very helpful little things.
That's to be said too, like because I didn't think to bring them over, because segue, the little gemstone skulls, a lot of people ask what to do with them. And I'm sure some of you remember our big Bob. Skulls can be used with working with your ancestors, ancient knowledge, history, and again, kind of like the candle, which you don't want to try and burn your stone skull, but
Right.
making that connection to earth wisdom, ancestors, history, past life. There's a lot of knowledge that you can gain in working with skulls, so don't fear them.
Yeah, sprinkle some
Despite-
fluoride around one and you'll be absorbing things left and right.
Despite all of the heavy metal band posters looking crazy and scary.
Aren't they cute? I just love them.
I know we were talking with Ernesto about doing another skull workshop on how to work with them and activate them. And
Oh, that'd be great.
so, keep an eye out for that. Just waiting, his schedule and our schedule and when we're all allowed to leave our house again. So, but yeah, skulls are fun.
Yeah, skulls are fun. I like skulls.
The skull candles, how much are they? We have a question.
They are
The sticker come off while we were walking around.
$9.
They're $9, and they burn a long time though.
They do.
Nikki makes them, and sometimes that's my complaint to her is the candles seem to burn way too long for what I'm like, damn it, it's still going, I can't leave the house.
She
But
wants
it's
a
a good
quick
thing.
candle for a spell, and I'm like, no, it's gonna burn forever. Ha ha.
Which means they work really, really well. Table full of stuff.
All right, here. What's that?
It's a knife.
Yeah, I know it's a knife.
Ritual.
Ritual.
So used a lot in mainly Wicca. Representative of metal and sometimes air, depending on the tradition. But using the knife, sometimes it's used in creating that circle because you're cutting through and you're making a barrier. Also can be used in cutting cords, cutting energetic ties, things that no longer serve you. But it is one of the ritual tools that can be used.
How about cheese?
Can be used for cheese, though make sure you cleanse your blade off before you do something else. And Kathy would like a St. Joseph, which I think we have another one over on the display. So yes, sometimes this is also, a chalice is another tool. Not just a cool looking wine goblet, but a chalice for representing feminine, water. This would be the masculine. The womb for the chalice, or the cauldron is sometimes used. But
The womb.
yeah, the womb of the female, holding of the things of the liquid.
Ah,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Following you. It doesn't have to be a metal blade. We lost Instagram again.
Instagram's gone.
Doesn't have to be metal blade. We have them in selenite, and there was a blackstone.
A black obsidian.
A black obsidian. A lot of times they're just representational as opposed to functional knives like this one.
Yeah,
So,
and they don't have to be sharp for ritual work, you know. And depending again on the tradition, some will say any that you're feeling drawn to will work. Others will say that the metal part of the blade has to be like a certain length to your palm and forearm. And again,
I've seen things where they want you to make them yourself.
yeah, so it can vary, but that's why we have those for, you know, certain ritual traditions.
Very interesting.
You know, what else do we have? You know, these fun little guys.
Yes. What is that?
These are labyrinths, and actually, if any of our friends are familiar with Dr. Mystical, these were a thing that he was doing for a while. These are actually made out of, what's the countertop material? Formica?
Yeah, the thin stuff. Quartz or man-made.
But these were meant for meditation, or are for meditation. And the fun thing with these, it's got the little grooves and you run your finger on it. I like to tell people to put like a lavender essential oil or another type of oil. And as you're meditating on something, or if you're trying to calm your mind, if you're prone to anxiety, stress, and you're just
It's like a fidget thing.
kind of, yeah.
Although there's
But-
a game at Chuck E. Cheese like this called Fast Finger, and you have to do it like fast.
We don't want to do these fast.
No.
But,
I finished mine first. Haha.
right. Cheater, you started in the middle. But put a couple drops of oil on it and then run your finger. You can say affirmations to yourself about, you know, attaining calm, attaining peace, or just get lost in the motion and just, you know, taking timed deep breaths. Now the cool thing with these, because they are out of that hard material, they're pretty darn hard to break. When Mike was coming up with these, his kids were little, and that was one of the tests. His kids threw them around the house, much to his wife's dismay, testing these bad boys out. And because of that, yes, we've got the two sizes. The little ones are 25, the big ones I think are 35. Yep. So, and he created these because his kids are on the spectrum and was just trying to give them something tactile, you know, to do and to help calm them. So that's why we have these. But it's also good for any meditation you're working on, or affirmation if you're just wanting something to train your mind into kind of channeling that manifestation and working. This is another way to do it. So that's what these are.
Will it help me get my mind back?
I think yours are too far gone. I think both of ours,
Oh,
you know, left a long time ago. Yeah, they do have a big one that you can walk behind the spiritual center in Westlake. So if you want to
cool.
walk one, you can go do that. There's also one in Lilydale, which took me forever to find because I kept looking for a ginormous labyrinth, and it's like this freaking big. And when I finally found it, I'm like, that's it. Like, I was so
That's what I was
excited,
all
and I'm like,
about?
oh.
That stinks. All right, so now we're moving to ink. We got money green ink.
Sure, Jill, we'll give you the big yellow labyrinth. Right on. Jilly.
And I got Dove's Blood ink. And what would I do with these inks?
So, if you have some of those old-fashioned writing pens,
Fountain pens?
yeah, there you go. That's the technical name.
Or
Fountain pen.
quills?
Quills, anything that
I
you can
got
dip
chicken
in.
feathers. Does that work?
That could probably work.
All right.
All right, we're gonna get some chicken quill pens going here. You know, writing on paper, parchment if you can, what your spell intention is. Now, of course, the green money ink, great for money, prosperity, things of abundance.
So write your resume in it?
Sure,
Okay.
you know. Dove's blood is not really the blood of a dove, despite what everybody...
It's too runny.
Yeah. Our inner Dexter, like, is that really blood in there? Is that really splatter? You're more peaceful, you know. pretty much anything that's not going to be money. But if you didn't have money ink, yes, you could use dove. But if you have the choice between the two, use your green for money, use your dove's blood for, bringing in peace, bringing in a blessing.
These are $5.
A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, there's a lot of ink in this bottle. You may never have to buy another one.
And if you're into kind of like a watercolor art, not just writing, if you're decorating like the pages of your journal, of your grimoire, you can use that too. And as you're doing your artwork, set that intention. And that ink's gonna lock it in there for you. So multi-purpose.
Sweet. Did you
Yeah.
see my ninja skills?
I see that. I would have dropped them by now.
It fell and I caught it with my pinky, and that's because I sprayed myself with Ninja Power spray before the show started. So I now have ninja powers for a little while.
For the labyrinths, we have the yellow and
the
the purple, which the purple has kind of like these little speckles in it. So the 25 and the 35 for the labyrinth. So we just got the two colors. Oh, and Lisa says there's another labyrinth at UH outside of the Cancer Center. That's cool.
Sweet.
Speaking of ninja spray, did you bring that over? You did.
You did.
Ninja
Brought the
Power.
Ninja spray.
So this is why Nikki is all like badass right now, because she
I
sprayed
am.
herself with Ninja Power. It's a protective spray. You can spray yourself. I like to tell people to kind of spray your car, because let's face it, everybody's nuts outside driving.
Yeah.
Help protect your car. I know some people will say that they try to put kind of like a shield of invisibility on the car to protect it. My thought on that is, if you're invisible, nobody's going to see you and you're more likely to be hit. Make yourself visible, but just protect. Put like the energetic bubble shield around you. So your live video has ended. Instagram doesn't like us tonight. I think I'm about ready to give up on Instagram and just I'll make a fancy little picture that says, hey, go check it out here on YouTube or Facebook. The Book of Faces.
The Book of Faces.
So the Ninja Power, I think we grabbed the one that didn't have the price on it. We did. I think it's like 12 or 14. And a little bit can go a long way. Okay, Sandra, you want the Sandra wants the small, not the Sandra. You could be the Sandra. Sandra wants the small purple one.
I don't have another Sandra, so she is the Sandra.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
There you
Oh,
go.
I kind of do through the store.
Kind of.
We should all have a Sandra. But yeah. So we do, Ninja Power protection. Cool. And it is 14, guys, 14. And we have a few of them over there. Can you have Sandra Owens for me? Okay, does anybody have anything they'd like us to talk about while I take a drink of water and refresh the throat?
I would like you to talk about
Not why
these.
Instagram's working, because I don't know.
Yeah.
So these fun little guys are a newer thing. Let me see, are we showing it right? Kind of, yes. So these, I have two of these right now. They're a full set, and it has the angelic script, each stone, one for each archangel. So just to give you a little close-up of these guys. And you could use these, carrying them in the pocket. If you're doing intention work for somebody, like healing, pull out the one for Raphael and set that on their picture next to the candle to kind of add that on there. I personally, before I was really starting to work with these, I would probably take each one and spend a few minutes connecting with each angel and asking, to help put some energy into there. Now that angelic script, that symbol for each one of their names is from an angelic script. That's a funky, cool, fun, like spiral wheel. And yeah, it's a lot to explain. That might have to be a whole separate class on itself. But that symbol is always the same for each angel.
Okay.
But I would spend the time asking them to kind of charge each one for me. And then that way going forward, it would always kind of carry that. And it helps strengthen your connection to them as well. So, you know, carrying it in the pocket, using it into your tension workings, you know, now you have the added cool little pocket stone to go with. So, you know, Michael's protection, Raphael's healing, Gabriel, mercy and peace, and Uriel, vision and instruction. I've heard Gabriel also be for like communication and having trouble again. It's just not going to do it tonight.
I tried.
So, you know, these cute little sets, we have 2 of them, if you like them. We'll set that aside.
All right, what's that?
This big thing here,
Yep.
this is actually a pheasant wing.
That looks like a whole pheasant.
Kind of, doesn't it?
I really think it is a whole pheasant. Pheasants aren't that.
Really? Yeah, okay, well, hey, because you've had a pheasant, right? You've had pheasants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been around them. I haven't actually owned one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
a whole pheasant.
So, good for saging, is mainly kind of what we do. Or if you're somebody who is into birds and the energy, if you're trying to get into connection with air movement, this is another thing that you could use, since air is always moving. Like when we do some of the shaman work and we are calling in for wind, you know, we call them in and we'll call in the different winds, the healing wind, the blessing wind, and believe it or not, even the sickening wind. Why? Well, if you have a situation that you need to end, you need it to sicken and die and weather off so a new one can come in. So if you're trying to move energy, not just in saging, you know, having a smudge, fan, or feather could be some way to go, and this is going to move a lot.
Yeah, birds take advantage of air. They're air experts.
They are. They have little hollow bones. That's why they're so light.
They're amazing.
They are.
Little dinosaurs.
Let me tell you, that little blue jay that sits outside my window, he's a little jerk.
That little chicken that runs around my house is shedding like a mother right now.
That blue jay will sit there all day until I get my camera ready to go and go to hit, and he will fly off. It's like he knows.
He does.
He's a jerk.
He totally does.
Oh, the angel stones, Kathy, they're 30. And they're on quartz, so they're nice and sturdy too. So, you know, they're not going to break if you drop. Well, they could, but you would have to really throw it because it's like that.
Like that. Yeah.
Out of quartz. So they're sturdy and they're a nice, manageable size. But it's 30 for the set.
All right. Your turn to pick.
My turn to pick?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
T's gonna pick. Here we go.
The St. Michael water. So I know you guys have probably seen the water. So not only do we have the St. Michael, but we have like the money waters.
Uh-huh.
And you know, like fast luck.
Uh-huh.
So these fun things here. Raise them up. That camera's not seeing them. These you can wear as like a cologne. Add them into bath water. Though I always kind of suggest if you have sensitive skin, maybe not directly in the bath.
We're very sparing them.
Very sparing. Here, now we can actually see what's going on. Okay. Whoops. Not just Nikki's face. And we're back.
Nobody wants that.
Right. So, you know, you can pour some out into a smaller spray bottle for your purse. And so like the lucky water, if you're one to go to the casino and you're allowed to, go play bingo, spritz yourself, your hands before you go in. If you can get away with it, spray some on the machine, you know, and thank it for blessing you with the winnings. St. Michael water, protection, his guidance. We have like love waters, same thing. So that's how you would use these. If you're gonna want to use it with candles, don't pour it in the candle, very counterproductive. Spritz it around the outside of the area. So if you make an altar area that your candle is burning on, spray the area around it. Don't put it in.
Or your coffee table.
Right, because these will have a a lot of alcohol in them too, and either will drown your candle out because it's so much liquid, or
you
flaming.
you could put it on a rag and wipe your altar down with it.
Which is another same reason, you know, like with the Florida water.
These are 7, by the way.
Yeah,
Both
7
ones.
goes a long way.
Florida water.
The Florida water. We have the yellow, which is my favorite, and we have the green. We have the yellow Peruvian, which is $12, and we have the green American. Pretty much used the same way. Yellow smells better and tastes better. Why would you want to know how it tastes? If
This
you
nutcase drinks it.
I don't drink it. I just spit it. Why do we spit Florida water? You say. Oh, Jill would like a St. Michael water. And Kathy would like the Angel. Sorry, guys, I get too busy to talking and I forget to check. So that's for Kathy. Where did? Okay,
There we are.
and we're back. Yes, and Jill brings up a good point, adding like St. Michael to your mopping water and Florida water as well.
Okay.
So Florida is very cleansing and blessing. The yellow is a little more floral. Green a little more alcohol-y. Oh yeah, back to the spitting. So when doing certain types of healing work, it's kind of like an alchemy that's happening. So the healer is calling in the highest and the best and the healing, and you're kind of holding it. And then you have the water, which has its own property. And you take a little sip, and I usually hold it right in here. You combine the two in the mouth, and then you blow the blessing out. So not only the blessing of your energy, but the water out. Hence, spitting of Florida water. You've probably seen Hank do it. You've seen me do it. If you're sitting through the shaman class with Zane, you see him spit a lot of it. We do the yellow because it tastes better. Both will work. But again, 12 and 7, higher floral content. And if you're sensitive to the energies, the yellow does feel lighter than the green, but both will get the job done. Florida waters.
Florida waters.
Now you know what they do.
Yay. Okay. If we're talking about waters, let's move on to tobacco water. Oh, the large bottle of Florida water is 12. The small bottle, I believe, is 5. And then there's one in between bottle, and I'm not going to guess.
And I need a lucky water for Lynn, please.
Lucky water for Lynn.
Yes, and if there's something you guys would like, please, put it out in the comments and send us a message with your email so we can send you an invoice with it. Let's see. Hi, Maria. Hi, Laura. Oh, and the blue skull. So Hank, is it the blue candle skull or the actual rock skull for Mary Ford? Oh, yes, tobacco water. Do you work with tobacco water?
No.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
No. I don't know what to do with it.
What do you do with it? Right.
That's why we're here.
So very similar to some of the other waters, though for me, the tobacco water tends to be kind of more of an ancestral and male thing, though I think some instances it'll say it's more of a feminine. But for me, male ancestors, if you have an ancestral altar, especially if you do hoodoo working, you're supposed to really honor that altar once a week. Some traditions say Monday. Putting some on a rag, wiping it down. You can pour some in a cup. If you rather give this than plain water, or in some cases you actually pour a little alcohol for them as well.
Sweet.
But
The whiskey and
You
tobacco.
also just give them a cigar or something like that, because I've seen that.
yeah.
T
So-
said you could also give them a cigar,
Mm-hmm.
in case you couldn't hear.
Yeah.
So is this the same as that tobacco water?
Pretty much. Different companies. I think some people are a little more familiar and used to this one. This one made by the same company that makes the Peruvian Florida water. So, just different companies, same thing.
So this big bottle is 15. This one is 12. And this actually smells pretty pleasant.
I can't open this one because it's foil sealed. But, what?
You want to smell it?
He wants to smell it.
The sniffing of the things.
So that is the tobacco water.
Yes.
I feel like it does not smell like tobacco.
No.
No. So while we're on waters,
These funky things.
here's the ones that you can add to your floor wash, your wall wash, dilute them just so you don't stain your paint. Money drawing, Shango, good luck. I think we have like protection over there, curse breaking, hex breaking. So a little bit goes a long way. Add them to your mop water or the water for your walls.
And I want you to know that this bottle is in fact clear.
Mm-hmm.
So this stuff is actually that color.
So I said
that
dilute it really
bright
well.
yellow and this very solid green color. Just, yeah. And don't use it on anything white. Just in case.
Right. But it's another way to put like an added layer around the floors, the walls of your house, to put that extra energy in. You know, how often you want to do that's kind of up to you. I mean, you'll kind of feel a change of when something needs to be redone. I know some people do it on moon phases, some will do it like bi-weekly. Sometimes you can get away with it longer. You'll feel a change, especially if you have a lot of people that come in and visit your house. Because as they come in, they have their own energies that they're bringing into.
And those are
So.
6.
Yep, 6. So
6 each.
many times out of the bottle for 6.
Yes, many.
What else do we have? Anybody have any questions? Certain things you want to see?
Anybody? Bueller? Bueller. All right, T's got one.
We have bobcat claws.
Yes, why do we have bobcat claws? And who declawed the bobcat?
Ethically sourced.
Very curious about that.
So bobcats, you know, pretty fierce animals. All big cats are. If you are somebody who is going through a tough time and you feel like you're unstable, you just can't get your footing and you need help grabbing, cats are very, very agile creatures.
Go
It's-
crow kitty.
It's kind of hard to knock them off balance.
That's true.
I mean, my fat black cat, I mean, he's pretty good, but you know. So that's why we don't have Scythian claws. We have bobcat claws. You can add this to your Mojo working bags, onto an altarpiece. You could put this in your pocket, but it would eventually chip and break. So put it in something else to protect it, especially if you want to use it more than once.
Also, I would think you would be able to use these in place of rose thorns in protection spells.
Mm-hmm.
So,
If, you know, push comes to shove, trying to engrave on a candle for certain purposes, you know,
Yeah.
you've got a nice little point there to do that with. So anything you're engraving, you want to add the energy of a big cat for, this is going to work for you.
big cat energy.
Yes, and these are $3 each. I kind of keep them kind of in the cabinet just because they're kind of hard to display, and they can go wandering around, and we don't need Bob scattering claws around the store because he would think it was hilarious.
Okay, what's this?
Oh, the big Shiva, the big black Shiva.
This is the smaller one. I could have grabbed the big one.
I know. I want one of the ginormous ones from Tucson to put in front of the statues.
I've seen the ginormous ones. Okay, why would I put that in front of my statue, Melissa?
Well, that one, so the Shiva Lingam balances yin and yang. And in many traditions, they'll tell you that not only do you have this, but then you would have like the yoni piece. So this is the male aspect, then there would be the female. These are a lot more easy to come across and to find than that yoni sitting piece.
What does the yoni sitting piece look like?
Kind of like a bowl with like a little, almost kind of like what some of those reverse burn incense holders kind of look like-ish, but it holds it, you know, like this.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Male,
very
female.
represent female.
Like a mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they, you
okay,
know,
I gotcha.
they go together. These are so much more easier to find and come across than the female piece. But the Shiva Lingams, naturally tumbled in the river there over in India, help balance the male and female. All of your lower chakras, good grounding energy, helps with creativity.
It's grounding because it's so damn heavy. It literally drags you down to the ground.
They're very sturdy, very, very Yeah, just sturdy. Like these ones do not chip, they don't break, they don't.
No.
You know, if a little one's running around, you know, you don't have to worry about the rock breaking. Be more worried about the little one. So, yeah, the good Shivas. I always, every year when I go to Tucson, I hope to find the other piece, and I have yet to really get my hands on one.
Come on, Tucson, get it together.
Right.
Chop, chop. All right. Next. This white candle. T wants to know about this white candle. This is the Super Sage candle, and it is very lovable. There is actually sage in it. You can see some of it settled there on the bottom. It's all the way through it. It's got this gigantic quartz and a feather wand to spread the joy. This is a cleansing candle. It is scented with sage, natural soy. This will burn for probably 40 hours, I would think. This is a heavy little candle. So maybe, you know, you saged and you want to maintain that cleanse through for a while longer. You burn the candle on the in-between. This is $26.99. And as I said, it'll burn for a good long time. And these are all natural feathers. They are in a little wand here on the back, so you can take it off and use it to wave your smudging sage around. So that is the Super Sage, is what we call this one, the Super Sage candle.
It's a super big candle.
It is a super big candle. We also have the smaller sage right here. We have the sage in votive form. These are $4. You could buy one for each room and light them and cleanse the rooms. Never leave a burning candle unattended, but again, you're grown up, so I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Or you could just carry it from room to room with you, which is what I frequently do because I own cats. So there's the sage candles, and again, the little one's $4.
Well, I guess since we're talking about sage,
Yeah.
here it is.
Here, hand me the spray.
So we have, you know, different types of smudging sticks.
What's the difference between those?
Well, like these ones have the flower petals, one for each chakra.
Right, that one's pretty.
This one we have regular sage, white sage, blue sage, and cedar. So cedar is protective, sage is cleansing. This one has the bay leaves.
Is blue sage the same amount of cleansing as white sage?
That's always debatable, depending on what side of the fence you're on. For me, sage in itself is cleansing, but most people will say white sage and only white sage.
All right.
Bay is good for wishes. So one fun thing you can do with bay leaves by themselves is actually take a leaf out and write on it like your intention, and then you burn the leaf.
Yep.
So, you know, bay leaves are fun. We'll come back to bay leaves in a minute. So this one with the sage and the bay leaf, actually this one's eucalyptus. So eucalyptus is actually another very protective herbal. So if you really think about it, like when you're sick, like eucalyptus is almost always one of the, how many grandmas wiped everybody down in vapor rub, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because antiviral, antibacterial, that's why it's so protective. So the natural energies of
Opens the sinuses.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you're getting blessed with the bay. And then is this the one with the rue?
That's the rue.
Rue. So rue is a very protective plant. If you can get your hands on the actual plant, you know, they say to plant it on either side of your front door to protect negativity from coming in.
Okay. You need rue plants.
Lynn would like this small sage bundle. So we'll just pass that one right along for Lynn.
This?
Well, she said the one.
Oh, the one.
Hey, Lynn, let me know which one, hun. We've got like so many. Or if you need a plain white one, I can get you a plain white one too. So the thing with the smudge sticks, they burn like incense. So you light it and you let it smolder. You get the smoke everywhere. For the plain white sage, when you're cleansing because you have an earthbound spirit, the important thing is you get the smoke everywhere. The smoke is what's doing the work. It's raising the vibration of the house to where the lower energy entity can't really operate. So you want to get, oh, in the candle. She wants this little smudge candle. Thanks, Lynn, we gotcha. So, you know, getting the smoke everywhere. Wherever you don't go is where it, you know, your entity's going to hide. So you are Orkin Man. Wherever you don't go exterminate, they're going to go wait you out. Now, I see this online a lot about, you know, you, with your windows closed, you're trapping your demons. First of all, demons don't really give a shit about sage. That's a whole different thing that you need to do. Second, if the smoke is doing the work for you and you have your windows and doors open and it goes right outside, you've wasted your time and energy. Keep your doors and windows closed at first, let it get smoky. Then when you're done going room to room, then you can open your doors and windows to let it out. Doesn't really matter if it's north to south, east to west, top to bottom,
to
just
top.
get it everywhere. Because you can look online and you will find a million different ways to sage your house and a million different prayers and a million different things. Get the sage everywhere with your doors and windows closed until you're done, then open them up. You can ask Marianne Winkowski, she's going to tell you the same thing.
I start in one corner and work my way through till I get to the door, and then I open the door and say, get out.
So Jill needs a little sage candle too, and the rue bundle. Yep. So just, that's the important thing. I wanted to cover that because I see it a lot all the time, and I get asked this a lot in the store from, you know, people who are coming in. So you just light the end, you let it smolder like incense. You don't have to burn the whole thing. You can either like, what do they call that? Not snuffing it when you grind it out.
Yeah.
Is it really
Snuff
snuffing?
like a cigar. Yep.
If it's being really persistent, put your kitchen tap on a very, very slow drip, let it drip, and then let it air dry. And then you can burn it again later.
I just let it keep going.
Yeah, see? Yeah, you can. Don't have to, especially if you got one of the big 8-inch ones.
That doesn't want to go out, let it go.
You know. But the important thing, getting the smoke everywhere. If you've never saged before or it's a new place, like under your bed, in your closets, you know, again, that's maybe why you need the long sage thing to kind of extend your reach. Get it everywhere.
What if I live in an apartment and I can't burn things?
That's when you have smudge spray or a crystal tuner.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. So if you're in an apartment and you can't burn things, you got that pain in the ass coworker that you wish you could sage them and you can't.
Yeah.
You're in a dorm room and you can't burn.
Right.
Sage spray.
Sage
Don't
spray.
spray your pain in the ass coworker's face with this.
No. They
HR's
don't like that.
gonna have a problem. So tell me about the sage spray that you make, Nikki, and we'll
sage
go over
spray.
the crystal tuner.
Has sage oil, dried sage, and quartz in it, along with let's see, water, a surfactant, isopropyl alcohol, and dipropylene glycol, which is the same stuff you vape if you're a vapor. So you shouldn't do that because room spray, you're vaping room spray. It's just wrong. But all of that other stuff is added to mix the oil with the water. So you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but there's a crystal in there. And I use this when I'm away from home.
Hotel rooms.
Shows, if like the mood is weird somewhere, and I just spritz where I'm around myself and, you know, try and get it cleansed, get away from me. I'm not doing negativity today. Satan, I rebuke thee.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
So sage spray is $9.99, and again, I do make that.
So crystal tuner.
Crystal tuners, tell me all about this. I'm fascinated.
So this vibrates at 4096. The fun thing with these, so if you don't have your spray, you can't get to it, you're in a place where you can't burn. The fun thing with these, you strike it lightly against a flat side of a crystal. So here we have a quartz little cluster here, and you just tap it.
Whoa.
This is the vibrational version of sage. It pings all sorts of negative out. So if you've ever been in the store and you've seen me walking around doing this, there's a reason. it's a little more acceptable.
What would that reason be?
So let's say somebody comes in and, oh, we're all going to burn in hell because we're not following the Bible, and they're just dumping all that negative in the store. When they finally leave, I'm going to walk around the store and kind of raise that vibration back up. Hake has had fun with these. He got in trouble at Lilydale playing with this. Pinged all of the ghosts out of one of the hotels with one of these things. So if
Good job, Hank.
Yes, if you don't have sage, you don't have it, you can't burn it wherever you're at, get a crystal tuner. These are $30. They don't wear out. You do not want to hit that, which this one is kind of small that it won't do it. I'll show you the ohm fork here in a minute. You tap it lightly and you just kind of walk around, and you can keep, as you go on to different spaces. So again, if you sensitive to smell, even on sprays, the tuning
Allergies,
fork
asthma.
fits in a purse,
Yep.
easily in a suitcase for travel. Especially if, you don't want to risk trying to get a sage spray through, customs of like, what is this liquid? Tuning fork, they're not really going to blink an eye at, or a crystal. You can use a slightly bigger tumbled one as well. It doesn't matter the crystal that you ping it off of. But lightly off the crystal, because you don't want to chip your crystal, or if you have a hockey puck. But it's better, with the crystal to work for the earthbound spirits. So we do have those, and I got those up on the website last night because we had put up a video. It's on our YouTube channel. Hank explaining how to use the crystal tuner, the angel tuner sets, and the ohm tuner. The angel tuner set actually comes with a crystal tuner and 2 others that vibrate for angelic frequencies. So if you're getting ready to do healing work and you love sound and you love angels and you love all of those fun things, this is one to do. Again, a light strike, with a hockey puck or crystal. Crystal tuner, the 4096 in one hand, the angels in the other, and just kind of spread that energy around over the person you're working with or throughout the room. But these guys, and the set is 70. So like I said, and one of them is a crystal tuner. So you kind of get one there. But if you just want the crystal to kind of ping out, negative energies or earthbound spirits, the crystal tuner is the way to go. We have the ohm tuner. Good for meditation. Lightly strike it against the bone of your hand. Do not strike this hard enough to where these clatter. You don't need to hit any of your tuning forks ever for them to clatter. You're just damaging your fork. This has a lower, I don't know if you can hear it. I can barely hear it. More of a feel.
Oh yeah, I hear it now.
But you can, it's called the ohm tuner because it's in a vibration frequency to help with
Meditation.
the meditation. And which brainwave is it? I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. But after it's activated,
Your
you
theta?
can, is it the theta waves or is it the
I don't know. I'm guessing.
one of those? On the third eye, different parts of the body, but it has a nice vibration point where even if you just have a sore muscle, like
Yeah.
it's a deep
I've
resonating
seen people
fork.
do healing with those. So.
So, but we do have the ohm tuner. And the ohm tuner, you flip over the packaging, is $55. And they all come in like their fancy little holder bag. So
cool.
but that's the tuning forks.
All right, we're almost out of time. I think we
yeah.
can do like one more thing.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be?
I don't know. Does anybody have something on Facebook, since Instagram's long gone? We lost Instagram. That they would like us to say, how do you use this? I've seen it. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. And I'm afraid to ask because there's people standing around.
Resin? Yes, no, resin?
The resonance sense or
Crystal penises?
besides just laughing at them.
Besides laughing at them. We
Those
found
little
that you
guys.
can throw them at people and go, stop being a dick. And,
Right.
and it works.
But then you're liable to lose your little penis because they're going to think it's cute and take off with it.
That's probably true.
Fertility, the growth of new things, new ideas, new adventures doesn't always have to mean a baby.
No. Could be money.
You're working on a new job, you're working on a new creative endeavor, you got a writer's block,
You
the
just
fertility.
collect dicks, you know.
I have
Some
thick
people
ones.
do.
I have thick ones.
I know.
Yeah, they're over there. Maybe next time we'll bring
I
them
have
out.
balls in a jar.
I think you one-upped me.
Oh.
These fun little guys, temple chips. Anybody that makes little spell jars, necklace pieces,
Candles,
candles,
crafts.
you know, using these, and now they come almost in like a fine sand. So, up, there we go.
There we go.
So, you know, be creative with these. Sprinkle it around your candle working area, sprinkle them around your meditation area. You know, I have found that having these and putting them in a bowl, you can mix the kinds, because we have a few different kinds of stones. But anybody with high anxiety and blood pressure, like instantly they relax when they're just running their hands through it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But, you know, these are really good for those little spell necklaces, the little vials, the things like that. So, broken bits, I guess, if you want to call it sand. But we have different stones over there, crushed down for whatever you might want to add them to. It's so hard because I'm like, I already know what to do with everything. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know?
All right. People candles. This is a girl. We have them in boys. We have them in every color. And then we have couples candles.
Mhm.
And typically, the couples candles are to help bring you together. Red would promote some more intimacy than pink. Pink would more draw you towards each other in kind of a pure way. And red's a little sexier than that.
One night stand. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Hey, you take what you can get sometimes. We have them in all the colors, not necessarily the colors. Green, if you want to work on money stuff. But the people, typically, I use them when I'm doing spells for other people. So I will put their name on it or something, like if they have a tattoo, I'll carve, a little mark where their tattoo is, or if I have something of theirs, I'll put it at the base of the candle, and then I do my spell work from there.
With permission.
With permission, yes.
Just a little disclaimer.
Unless someone's just like anxious to no end, then I don't ask permission. We're just gonna try and calm you down.
Throw it at them.
Right, chill out. But these are, how much are these? 9. The couples candles are 18, and they're great for spell work, for healing. I use a lot of them for healing and anxiety.
It's a big thing right now. Anxiety. Depression.
Everybody's got anxiety.
Oh, okay. Because I actually had, right before the whole don't leave your house thing came up, these little guys, if you've been in since I've been back from Tucson and you saw these sitting in the jar, these are little shungite tabs that are a size to fit on your phone, between your phone and the phone case.
Oh, I thought they were guitar picks.
Really? Guitar bit? Maybe. So, shungite helps block, EMF and all the funky stuff that comes from our cell phones. So, this is, that's what these are. They don't display very well because they're tiny and in plastic. So they're $8 a piece, but it goes between your phone and the phone case. They do have like a little, see if I can show you here. You would peel this little part off and stick it to your phone, but because most of us have a phone case and it fits right in there, I say don't even bother pulling off that adhesive strip, and just leave it in there. So when you trade your phone in,
They don't get your tab.
they don't get your
Keep your
tab,
tab.
and you don't have to try and break it to get it off. So that's what these little guys are.
How much are those?
They're 8, and it doesn't matter, be it round or rectangle. They're 8.
Sweet.
The chips that we were just showing, the labradorite and amethyst, but I have like rose quartz and howlite and tourmaline and all of them over there. I just grabbed 2 random bags. So, you can let us know if you're interested in a certain one and we can grab it.
They make cute mosaics.
They do. And I kept thinking of like how you see all of these little family crafts going, and who was it? Was it not Packetans, because they don't exist anymore really. Anyway, one of the crafting things was talking about making little like stepping stones
Oh, cute.
with your kids, and I'm like, well, that would be cute if you kind of laid it out, especially the labradorite or moonstone, because how they reflect back at you because they're a feldspar. That
Can I
would be
make
really
them with
pretty.
my dogs?
Sure. Just don't let them walk all over the house
know
with their
they're
little with the cement on their paws or whatever you're making it with.
Well, that's it. Time's up.
Yeah. So any
Any questions, concerns, comments?
Jill would like a round shungite tab, please. Thank you.
I think we're going to start doing this as a regular segment because we have stuff we didn't get to, and it's been kind of fun.
You just
I've
like
learned a
hearing me
lot.
talk.
No, I just like learning new things.
New things, and by no
things.
means, if any way that I explain any of it is the only way to do it. This is just how I've used it, or have seen people use it, have read about using. But we all know there are a million and one ways.
That's true. We
to
both
do any
learned
of it.
something new this week, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I called bullshit, and then we had to look it up, and we were both wrong.
What was it?
Your porcupine ball.
Oh yeah, those damn things. Oh, the one in the sand. This. Okay, Lynn. This one is lapis, and I have rose quartz, amethyst, carnelian, a whole bunch of them over there, and they're also on the website too. So if there's a certain one that you're looking for, just either send me a direct message, like on the store page. That way it can't get lost, and we'll hook you up with it. But this one here, just lapis, because it was the closest one from where I was standing when I was looking for stuff to do.
Lazy.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, and I did say one last thing. So any of the herbs over there, I used to have little tabs on the bookcases, they keep falling off. Any of the herbs can be used in like little spell working mojo bags, can be ground up and used on candles. So if you have candles that are outside of the glass, you can actually roll it in there, get the herb into the wax.
Or you could burn your bay leaf with the candle,
yes.
which is what I do.
But the only thing you don't really want to do with some of them, and depending, do your research. I will put on the tag if it is poisonous. But before you ingest anything, please do your research. A lot of them can be used in bags for your bath. But again, please
Do your research.
do your research and your personal research. If you have sensitive skin, like I do, there's some that I'm not going to do.
And there's some that if you don't have sensitive skin will still mess you up.
Yes, yes.
Gotta watch out.
So, the herbs, can be used in multiple ways. Get imaginative, but be safe with them. The kind that I carry, they say they're organic and food grade. I can't sell them that way because I am not a
Food dealer.
Food dealer. I don't have a license for food. So, I have to say cure only for our herbals. But yeah, with that, if any last questions, otherwise I think we'll be done for this
We
time
love you,
around.
Book of Faces.
Yeah. The Book of Faces. Sounds like something from Game of Thrones.
I know.
Like I'm waiting for Arya to open up the big wall. Oh, wait, somebody asked about the moon art.
Oh, that's right, the moon art. Here, let's get out of the way.
Let me get out of So there's this one. And all of the artwork hanging behind us is done by Nadine. She's a local artist. So this one here, and it's an original on a canvas, so as you can see on the back, and already ready to hang, nice and sturdy. Oil, paint, and wax are her three mediums that she uses. So if you actually run your fingers over it, it can be bumpy at times, so it's almost like an effect on there too. So there's this one. Oh, and this one is $140. And then this one, right? And there's this one here. So we have moons and like a Saturn in a blue heel with some purples and greens. And again, this is another original. As you can see, the canvas ready to hang, ready to go. And Nikki has yet another one. And then we have this one here. So, you know, Moon, little animals and faces. In all of her artwork like this, if you actually kind of got up close to these in the store, you will notice that there's little faces and animals that are kind of hidden in the swirls. So they all come with like little extra beings that she channels and pulls out and finds for you. Now she's also available for custom. You can we can get in touch with her and say, hey, you know, Bobby Joe would like one in the colors of like oranges and reds, fiery colors to go into the living room, and she will do a custom piece for you. So if you're interested in something like that, you know, just let us know and a size, and we'll get you hooked up. But these are all originals by local artist Nadine Renee. And if we can see about getting these shipped if you're out of state and need one shipped. I think when I was looking at UPS,
$45.
yeah, it was pretty reasonable, like 35-ish
Yeah.
for it. So not too bad to ship them. But there you go. And she brings me new ones as she gets them finished and when she's allowed to leave her house. So, all right.
Say
With
farewell.
that, I think we're done. Any last minute? Nope. We're all good. All right, guys. Thank you.